First and all, happy Valentine's Day because Zack Snyder decided to give all of us a Valentine's Day gift with a trailer to the Snyder Cut Justice League. That trailer, to me, was better than the first movie. They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. But because of unfortunate circumstances, he never got the chance to make his final impression. Now, before I even go into this, no, matter of fact, I am going to go into this first. A shout out to my boy, Derek Gaines. He had a comedy special today. He mentioned a story about me and him when we were younger. I think I actually talked about it, about cheesesteaks and the police and stuff. I had a little comedy thing. He does a podcast on YouTube. No apologies needed. By the way, if you're sensitive, that ain't the podcast for you. But if you like some good comedy and just hearing some good stuff and good fun, go check him out. He's been on Will and Grace. He used to have a show called Broke Ass Game Show. My boy does big things. From back in the day. So, now on to the Snyder Cut. Alright, so this thing, we have Desaad, we got Steppenwolf, we got Granny Goodness, and we got Darkseid. Already I'm losing it. Like, what? Did you see it? Now, this, once again, as I've talked about before, if you're people who are like, I don't like Snyder movies, don't see this movie. Don't. Now, if you're curious and you want to see where it goes, fine. But I don't feel like hearing people who like hate all of Snyder. I'm not even talking about people who like some of them and don't like that. I'm talking about the people who are like, I can't stand any of the DCEU movies. Then why do you keep watching them? Stop watching them. Simple solution. But for the people like myself who actually did not hate Snyder's vision to everything, this one is for us. Hold up. I think I got something right there. Yep. A little fuzzy. Anyway. In this trailer, you see that. You see, because I was originally going to do this video talk about Joker, and the reason why I held off was because I saw the Snyder thing was coming. So he showed the image of Joker with Jared Leto. Now, in a business where a lot of people had a huge problem with that version of Joker, a gangster Joker, one with tattoos, even though there are comic books where Joker does have tattoos. But people had like a really big thing about that. It's cool you get an actor like him to reprise it. And by this point, I'm assuming y'all seen it. That's why I also waited so long to post. But when he did that, we live in a society. I was like, ooh, Joker said it. That's like a line that started to become synonymous with Joker about society and his commentary. So I was like, yeah, okay, I see this. We get to see Black Suit Superman. And I'm really hyped about that. You see the bell rung, but now there's actually a reference to it, which is the Superman's yelling from what it looks like from when he passed. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this thing looks crazy. Like, I'm excited. I can't wait. I was hyped this day. Because I was like, I talked to my other boy, and I was like, yo, he's like, I don't need to see it. I'm already in. Like, because he liked the other previous trailer. So I was like, I'm going to watch this trailer because to me, the previous two trailers they didn't show much more than what we've already seen from the original stuff, if that makes sense. So I was like, I don't feel like I saw a lot to go ooh and ah. Also, too, I keep seeing people online, it's probably going to be dumb. It's the same movie over again. Yeah, a movie that was mostly directed by Josh Whedon and is 2 hours is the exact same movie as a movie that's 4 hours. 2-hour movie versus a 4-hour movie. Also, too, this is Zack Snyder only. Not Zack Snyder started it and Josh Whedon finished it, recut things, rechanged things, put his spin on it, put his comedy on it, put his own take on it. So this whole thing of that is already kind of a goofy statement. So that's dumb to me. I'm like, this is Snyder Cut. This is the original director's original idea at the end. Now, like I said, if you're curious and you're not a fan of the previous stuff, I get it, but please don't be the jackass that sits there and goes, "See, I told you it was stupid." Like, it's not for you. This is for the fans who have been there bumping all the time, who was all about the Snyder Cut. And I was in full support of the Snyder Cut because I feel as though a director should always get their original vision when they did it. And I like this in the sense that he's getting to do everything that he wanted to do. And I'm hoping this is him kind of sneaking in that first and second movie kind of thing, to give us a full thing of the 4 hours. I think that's actually pretty crazy. And I hope this is like knock it out the water, blow it good. I don't know. I mean, I'll one day I'll review. Like I said, I'll as I start to work, I'll get through the Marvel DC movies, live action and cartoon. I'm okay with the Snyder films myself, but I will say this: the director's cut. So, for example, BVS, the original version, is missing stuff because I was like, it didn't feel like it had enough Superman. It felt like something was missing. When you watch the director's cut, it's actually better. And Snyder did make a statement today, or a statement recently I seen, where he clearly like said this is based off of the BVS like director's cut. The basically the director's cuts to the DC movies are the things I acknowledge as the actual films. I don't even contemplate the theater ones. So this looks like it could be something special. I'm excited. I wanted to see Black Suit Superman, and the fight thing, it looks like he's like swirling the rock, so it looks like he might even be even stronger. I don't know if they're going to give him the Kryptonian chamber or what. I thought it was cool to see Joker. The way he talked was different. The way his poise was different. It looks like we're getting a more of that nightmare scenario, or maybe we are getting a glimpse to the future, and that's why Flash had to run back in the past to BVS to try to counter it this time. So we may be getting a different type of opening, possibly even, where maybe they're like, they start there. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But maybe they start there and they go, this is what the future is going to be. You got to stop this future. And when Joker was like, we live in a society, no honor and stuff, I'm like, ooh, like his demeanor's different. His look is different. He has that more Joker-esque look, not so trap mode. Like I said, I'm not saying my opinion or what I feel about it. I'm just saying how I've seen people say. But I think this was a good turn into that character. Like, he seems different. Like, he seems world weary a little bit as Joker. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I really am. I like the fact that I saw the mother box thing fall that was cut out originally. It looks like we're going to get some more Atlantis. Cyborg looks like he's going to be doing more of that machine thing where his machine shapes. Now, I'll say this, my personal opinion, and this is not even a Snyder thing, this is just me. I'm hoping Cyborg in the future, because I know it won't be Ray, but I hope he gets more girth, because that's that skeletal, because to me he looks a little bit more skeletal. But I would like to see him kind of like what I've seen in the comics. Even the cartoon movies did it, but the comics in like New 52, he kind of started off one way. He started off weird looking, and he kind of found his body eventually formed into what he was going to be, where he's a little bit bulkier and stuff. But we'll see. But it works for the movie to me. I seen Flash. It looks like his powers have been updated with the CG to look more like, it looks like he runs more into energy. So the faster he's going, it looks like he starts to go more to an energy level. So that's going to be interesting. I got a feeling they're going to cut out that whole scene where Superman goes, "Do you bleed to Batman?" And he goes, "Yep, bleeding." Where I thought the joke was to chuckle, but some people were like, "He insulted Batman because Batman would never do that." I'm like, stop acting like Batman can do like everything. No, he's a human, and if a Kryptonian and a human fights, Kryptonian's going to win. If the Kryptonian's like, "Nah, I think I'm going to take you out." But here nor there. I don't know what you guys think. I've been able to marinate on it a little bit, so I've been able to calm down. I was like going crazy for it, but I am loving the fact that we get to see Darkseid, Granny Goodness at the side, and Steppenwolf. And it seems like Steppenwolf in this one looks more of a threat. And they went back to Steppenwolf's original look, thank goodness. Not him looking so human with the helmet, but Snyder made him look a little bit more alien. And I actually liked that they took that route with the guys around him. And I don't mind the comic book, but I was okay with that. As long as Granny Goodness looks a little human, which she does from what I could see from there. I'd like the fact that, because Steppenwolf in the comics, yeah, he's a guy, he actually has a beard, he actually looks like a giant human. But in this, when Snyder originally did it, he had that different look, and then they had that little deleted scene that they put out on YouTube that Snyder did say was actually an accurate scene. It's like it was like a secret scene, but instead of waiting for the after credits, where Lex is bowing down to him. So this looks crazy. It looks like this is going to go into a darker place, but then bring it to the light. So if we can see the Justice League like come forth and be like, no, we are the Justice League. We are the team. That would be fire. That would be fire. I want them to, when the chips are down and then to get that hope. The thing Snyder has been said that the movies are supposed to get dark, because a lot of people keep complaining about why was BVS so dark? Why was Superman so mopey? Well, first watch the actual original cut and note that in the new 52 and things, Superman's a little bit more grounded. And I'm sorry for all the people who like Superman being the holy rolling, happy, 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 go, go. No, I like him a little more grounded. And especially if they do show some of him and he did kind of become the Superman we knew and loved, which he did even in the other Justice League movie. But you need to, the story to get there. And it seemed like a lot of people were like, no, I just want Superman this way right now. And I'm like, or they could take a different route and you could see him become the Superman that we all know and love, the guy of light and stuff. And maybe he started from a dark place and get there. And, maybe he got to that point, but instead too many people were crying because it wasn't what they wanted exactly. And I had a couple of my friends argue about, well, Zack Snyder said he didn't put enough humanity in Superman. Not even referencing the full thing in an interview where he said he kind of made Superman more of a outsider. That was the point of his humanity. That's what he was talking about. And he said it was a mistake. He could have put more in there. But the way he told the story, that was his point. That's why by the time he did BVS, Superman was a certain way. The world was starting to know him. And they were starting to love him because he was starting to go. But he was outward because his father acted different. His father wasn't like, oh, well, you could change the world. His father was like, hide. When someone tells you that and the world is dangerous, you're going to kind of step back. But he becomes the light that he's supposed to be. And it kind of annoys me that people didn't let the story get the chance to do it. But if you don't like it, that's you. But please don't be the same people who swear every Marvel film is like the greatest film ever. There's the best Marvel film yet. Because no, Marvel has had some movies that weren't so, weren't the greatest. They did have, but, people swear every Marvel movie is the greatest thing ever. And the simple solution, I'm like, for example, I asked someone, people were like, Doctor Strange was amazing. I was like, when's the last time you watched it? In theaters. If it was so amazing, why didn't you rewatch it? Did you rewatch Iron Man? Yup. Did you rewatch Avengers? Yup. How about Captain America, Winter Soldier? Yup. But you didn't rewatch Doctor Strange. Yeah. But it's a great movie though, right? Sure. I'm not saying the movie's bad. I'm just pointing out something like people overhype a lot of the Marvel films a lot of times more. And don't get me wrong, there are some huge bangers with Marvel. Just don't get it twisted. But I think people actually sometimes just like Marvel partially just because they just feel they should. But one day when I review the films, there is a particular movie that conversation will probably come up with. Anywho, how do you guys feel? I'm excited. I'm ready to see the vision. I want to see his vision come to full fruition from where he started with Man of Steel and to getting to this point. And this one, what I'm hearing, the studio didn't interfere like they normally would and how they've been messing with his films. So should be really cool to see a full take on his story with the full 4 hours to see that and see what it is. And like I said, if you're not a fan of Snyder films already and you don't like the previous films, just watch something else. Because I'm sick and tired of people going, it's going to be dumb. I'm like, but you're going to watch it though. But you already, all right, here's something that I'm going to say as a rule. If I'll use Transformers. If you don't like the first Transformers movie, or let's say you do, right? But you don't like the second one, you don't like the third one, you don't like the fourth one. After 3 films in a franchise, if you're still going to the theaters or still going out of your way to watch it, I'm going to start to not really believe you. Now, if it's your job or if you're a person that everyone to review stuff, that's a different story. But if you're a person, by now if you really are into it or not. So we've gotten a few Snyder films. If you're not a big fan of the Snyder movies, seriously, come on. You're probably not going to like this. But you might. But like I said, if you're more in the curiosity section, Sure, check it out. You might like it. But don't try to spoil it for everybody else who actually are excited, who actually wanted to see this, who actually did it. Let's see what it is. I hope it's great. Either way, I'm excited. I want to hear what you guys think. I don't know. I think it's an interesting take on Joker. I'm curious to see how they're going to play this up, but if Jared Leto can pull this off, maybe he'll make goodwill with a lot of people who seem to have a problem with his Joker depiction and be like, well, this is what happened to the world change. Because I'm curious on why he has like that burn on his mouth. Like, or what's going on there? Like, he just looked like weathered. But yeah, I like that, and I'm very excited to see Black Suit Superman and the Temple Fall and see that story and see how the Flash and the Mother Box and Snyder said in his original version it had a lot of story with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman was going to come up, but the story was going to have a lot to do with Cyborg and Flash being the newer superheroes and kind of our window. So we're going to actually get to see Cyborg's story and Flash's story, like with his father stuff. We're going to get to see all of this. And where Snyder might have overdid it, possibly, just saying possibly, within a 2-hour movie, fitting all that in there, within a 4-hour movie, he's going to get to be able to stretch all that out, to fit all that out, and to flesh all that out. So now we get to see Iris again. We get to see how Cyborg and his father's relationship and see more of it, not just like a thing or two here or there. See what goes on. But I feel like Snyder might be taking advantage of possibly sneaking in that second movie or doing something, but I don't know. But I'm excited. I want to see a 4-hour movie that tells the full story. I'm down for that. I am down for that. So you tell me what you think. That's the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real, and I will see you.